depth, at the guard the wing position overall, point guard, wings. So that was kind of cool. One of the first things Jeremy said to me was, we're more equipped this year, to handle this. So it's great of him to remind me that in a tough, under tough circumstances. So.
The defensive focus in practice, what were you focusing on the most these past couple of days?
Yeah, we watch a lot of film, especially defensively, where we can get better. That wasn't a stellar performance by any means, so we got to tighten up. Obviously, transition defense was a big one. I thought it was a strength of ours last year, and then I kind of put that on me a little bit, didn't do a good enough job. Getting the message across how important it is to have a good defense. That's where good defense is where it starts, and it's the hardest puzzle to figure out in this league and the way teams are playing. We saw Indiana. I think Orlando's another team that has increased their pace, so it'll be a good challenge for us tonight.
Kenny, there's been a lot of discussion about what kind of guard D'Angelo is, whether or not he can be a true point guard. Does he have to, in this situation, really focus now on honing those particular point guard skills and playmaking ability?
I think if you watch the Indiana game, he had the ball in his hands a ton. What's our definition of point guard? We have different guys bringing it up. Alan Crabb brings it up sometimes. I think DeMar brings it up sometimes. So I'd be curious if you guys looked at that Indiana game. Well, who was the real point guard? Jeremy was off the ball sometimes. He was on the ball. The one, get back to Jeremy, not Honey, that's one of the things we'll miss. I thought that was a positive for us in the Indiana game. We were really good in the pick and roll, and having two guys to play that role is good. But we also got Karras, that can play pick and roll. But I don't see any. From what I haven't been with D'Angelo that long, but I see a smooth transition to being a pure point guard. Sees the floor well, shoots it, understands the game, really has done a good job kind of translating what we're trying to do offensively. So.
And if I could ask a follow-up, have you made a lineup decision that you're ready to announce or not?
Yeah, haven't had the final decision yet. So,
without being too specific, what was the tenor of your visit with Jeremy this morning? And secondly, how concerned are you with any potential? Above and beyond what he gives you on the court, any potential hangover effect of the guys kind of being knocked off their feet by seeing an injury like this to one of their guys?
The first thing I spent part of the morning with Jeremy, and it was like, we're in our comfort zone. We've known each other for a long time. That's what makes this harder, right? But I think the team. I think it's a shock. I think when Gordon Hayward goes down, you're right next to it. You feel it. It's your teammate. It's you're the guy you're in the trench with, and to see that happen, I definitely think guys were they were affected by it, and there were some comments about it, and when that hits home, it's tough. But I do think today's a day where we gotta kind of shake it off and approach this game, and I think it'll be good therapy for us to go out there and battle with Orlando tonight.
Kenny, the Magic are still getting used to playing small and playing up-tempo. What have you seen watching film on them? Spoelstra was very complimentary the other night of how many athletes they have.
Very impressed with their athleticism. Indiana was similar. I felt like athletically they were pretty impressive with Oladipo and that group. But yes, Terrence Ross, obviously they've excellent athlete. Alfred's a really good athlete. They have bigs. Aaron Gordon's one of the elite athletes in this league. Biyombo, it goes. Vucevic is, with his skill and I call him athletic because he's got some great hand-eye coordination, and so they they look like an improved team, and again, their tempo and their pace was impressive against Miami.
What kind of matchup is Peyton for D'Angelo, do you think?
Yeah, tough speed every night in this league. That's going to be a challenge. But D'Angelo's been pretty good on the ball. He's got good length. He's great thing. He's got good understanding. He knows when to go into pick and roll, when to go over. So, he's been good. But it'll be a good challenge with the Alfred speed.